And we are live. What's up, all your spirits out there? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, whatever time it is when you are watching this video. What's up with y'all? Today is day 12 of our I was going to say yoga deck, of our discipline challenge. And today we are doing a full body flow. It's not going to be like yesterday, all the intermediate stuff, all that. It's not going to be like that. Today, it's just going to be just a regular flow. It will have a little bit of maybe some advanced stuff in there, but I will include modifications. So if you guys are ready, just go ahead and meet me on the mat. Alrighty. We are going to start off in a standing position. So just go ahead and stand on your mat. If comfortable, you can widen your stance about hip distance like so. And we are just going to start with taking some deep breaths in and some deep breaths out. Optional to have your hands on your waist like me, or you can keep your hands down to your side, or if you want, you can have your hands in heart chakra center. Either of those positions are optional, so just choose which one that you are feeling for today. Me, I am going to have my hands on my hips, and we're just going to stay for just a couple more breaths. So let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here, guys. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the mouth. 1 more breath here, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out your nose or mouth. Last time I said mouth, but y'all can choose either one y'all want to. Mouth or nose or mouth, it doesn't matter. With our next inhale, we're going to take our hands, we're going to raise them above our head as we gaze towards the sky. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and clasp your hands together and lean towards the left, making a little banana shape. Go ahead and push your hips out towards the right as you lean your body towards the left, so you can get a good stretch down the right side of your body. If you want, you can have your feet next to each other if this makes this exercise a bit more accessible for you. Or you can have your legs a little wider. Like I said, both are optional. Just find which stance is more comfortable for you. I'm sorry, I had to scratch my leg. Something was biting on me. I like to have my legs next to each other just like so, because I find it that I get a deeper stretch when I'm like this. So I'm going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to lean towards the opposite side. So I'm pushing my hips out towards the left, and then my arms are going towards the right, making this little banana shape. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to go into center. Go ahead and lower your hands down to your side. Just shake that out. They biting on me, y'all. They biting on me. Let's just go ahead and shake that out real quickly. For our next exercise, I do want you to actually spread your legs a little bit wider than hip distance. So our legs aren't hip distance. They are wider than hip distance. You can go ahead and play with the distance, find what's comfortable for you. And once there, we're going to take another deep breath in, stretching our arms above our head. Raise your gaze. And as you exhale, you're going to fold forward nice and slow. Y'all, I'm getting bit up out here. I don't know why they want to bite on me. Let's take a deep breath here in our forward fold. If you want, you can widen your stance to make this a bit more accessible for you. Or you can bring your legs close together. Like I said, just play with the distance, y'all. And we're going to take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to walk both your hands over towards your right ankle. Go ahead and grip onto your right ankle. And then I want you to take your right hand and I want you to stretch it up towards the sky. Go ahead and gaze towards those right fingertips and take a deep breath with me. And a deep breath out. Two more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as we exhale, go ahead and lower your right hand down towards the floor. Walk both of your hands over towards your left ankle. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to take your left hand, go ahead and reach it towards the sky as you gaze towards your left fingertips. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here, inhaling through our nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, just go ahead and lower your left hand down towards the mat. This time, walk both your hands to the middle of the mat. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to take your hands, go ahead and place them on your hips as you sit all the way back up into your standing formation. Woo! Yes, we did that, y'all. Let's go ahead and shake that out. Woo, shake it out real quick. I needed that wind. I needed that breeze. Y'all, I'm already starting to sweat, so that breeze is a blessing. For real, for real. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Go ahead and keep your legs wide just like so. We're just going to keep our legs like this for a couple more exercises before we move on. Before our next exercise, we should take a deep breath in, but instead of reaching our arms up towards the sky, we're going to reach our arms out in a T-shaped formation just like this. So go ahead and take a deep breath here. And this time as you exhale, I'm going to turn around towards the back so you guys can actually view what I'm going to do next, because sometimes I cannot explain it. Sometimes I just got to show y'all. So let me turn around so y'all can see what we're going to do. Taking a deep breath in, reaching our arms out in T formation. And as we exhale, we're bringing our arms around the back and tapping our fingers just like so. Just like this. So taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, tapping the fingers. Another deep breath in, deep breath out. It's okay if your fingers don't touch. Like, if they don't touch, it's okay. If you're touching your shirt, if you're touching your back, like, it's okay. Like, when I first started doing this exercise, my fingers did not always touch. When I first started doing this, I was like right here. I was like right here. I could touch my neck and I could touch my back. But with practice, I was able to bring my hands closer together so they're able to, like, touch my fingertips. So we're just going to keep taking our deep breath in and our deep breath out. We're going to do that 2 more times, guys. So deep breath with me. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out the nose or mouth. Last time here. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. This time we're going to hold this for 3 breaths in. It's okay if your fingertips do not touch. Your back is closed. That's totally okay. If your finger can't, well, I was just going to say finger can't. If your fingertips can touch, just go ahead and grab onto them and take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, I just want you to switch your hands around. Go ahead, like I said, if you cannot grab onto your fingertips, it's okay. Grab onto your clothes or to your back or something. And we're going to stay for another 2 breaths here. So deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. Inhaling through our nose. And as you exhale, just go ahead and release back into your T-shaped formation. If you need to, you can go ahead and check that out. I'm going to turn around. Okay, let me fix my mat, please. All right, I'm going to turn back around. I just want you guys to see what we were doing in the back, because, y'all, I could not explain that very well with my words. I really couldn't. I just had to show y'all. I had to literally show y'all. But anyway, just shake that out. Take a couple breaths here. In and out. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to extend your hands back into a T-shaped formation just like this. We're kind of making a little star with our body. But this time, we're going to just do some small circles. And I'm going forward with these circles, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. One more breath here. Inhaling through our nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. With your next breath in, you're going to reverse your motion. We're going to take 3 breaths here. So inhale again. And exhale out the nose or mouth. 2 more breaths here. Deep breath through your nose. And a deep breath out the nose or mouth. 1 last breath here. Let's make it count. Inhaling through our nose. Exhaling out the nose or mouth. Go ahead and release those arms down. Shake it out. I know they probably burn just a bit. I know when I have my arms in a T-shape formation and I'm doing the circle, sometimes they can start to burn after a while. So let's just shake that out. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Next, we can go ahead and keep our feet next to each other just like so. We're actually going to turn towards the front of our mat. Once you're turned towards the front of your mat, you're going to take a deep breath here. Stretching your arms above your head. As you exhale, you're going to forward fold. Hinging at the hips. If you need a modification here, you can always bend the knees. You can always bend the knees to make it more accessible for you. Go ahead and take a deep breath here though. And as you exhale, I do want you to bend your knees and use your hands as support to make your way all the way down to the ground. Go ahead and adjust into a tabletop here. We're gonna have our wrists stacked under our knee, lots of knees, wrists stacked under our shoulders, and knees stacked under our hips. Go ahead and take a deep breath here. And yes, I'm just like pushing down the grass here so I can find some stability. All right, once you are there, once you are centered, you can go ahead and take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to take your right arm, I want you to extend it towards the sky. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, take your right arm, I want you to thread it under the left as you take your right shoulder all the way towards the ground. Optional to extend the left arm in front of you just like so, or you can take it around your back for a bind. Me, I like to take my arm around for a bind just because I get a nice deep stretch here. So we're gonna stay with either option that you chose. We're just gonna stay here for 3 breaths. So go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, if you have your arms in a bind like me, just go ahead and release that bind, placing your left hand back on the ground. And with a deep breath in, I want you to unthread your needle. Go ahead and send that right hand back towards the sky. And as you exhale, go ahead and place your right hand back down. Readjust your tabletop if need be. And we're just going to do exactly what we did, but on the opposite side. So go ahead and take another deep breath in. This time we're stretching our left hand towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to take your left hand, you're going to thread it under the right, sending your left shoulder all the way towards the ground. Optional to extend your right arm or to take it around for a bind. Me, I like to take it around for a bind, like I said before, just because I get a deep stretch here, but we're going to stay for 3 breaths. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. 2 more breaths to go. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the nose or mouth. 1 more breath here. And as you inhale, I want you to release your bind. If your arms are in a bind, go ahead and place your right hand back on the ground. Unthread your left hand as you send it up towards the air. And exhale as you bring that left hand back towards the mat. Take your time to readjust if need be. Once you are readjusted and you are in your tabletop formation with your wrists stacked under your shoulders and your knees stacked under your hips, you can take another deep breath here. And a deep breath out. or mouth. One more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to use your hands to push the ground away as you walk your hands all the way back towards your knees to sit your hips down towards your heels. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. And hello, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for commenting. You guys can stay here in your seated position. I'm going to go up and read these comments real quick, and then we can get back into our yoga. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, Sid Hearth said, yeah, dog, that's the A. And they also said, that's the way. A, period. That is the way. We out here. We doing it. In the sun, in the heat. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and let's continue with our yoga flow. Like I said, this is just an everyday flow for everyone. We're not doing nothing too strenuous here. This is just smooth flowing. We are smooth flowing throughout the day. Okay. All right. They also said, that's the way, my way. Okay. Period. Let's get back onto the mat. Alrighty. Let me get back into the position I was in before I got up. Back into our kneeling position. And like I was saying, we were going to take our hands, we're going to clasp them together just like so. And we're going to start to roll out our wrists. If sitting on like your heels like this is a bit too much, you can always spin out into a crisscross applesauce position if you're not really comfortable with sitting on your heels too much. I only chose that position because I was comfortable in that position, but if y'all are not, y'all do not have to stay there. Y'all can sit in crisscross applesauce. Anyway, we're clasping our hands together and we're rolling out our wrists, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Two more breaths here, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the nose or mouth. Y'all, after I'm done with these wrist exercises, I am going to read some more comments. Let's just do these wrist exercises real quick. Let's take one more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to switch to the opposite direction. So if you're rolling your wrist towards the right, just go ahead and switch them towards the left. And if you're rolling your wrist towards the left, just go ahead and switch it towards the right. And we're going to stay for 2 breaths here, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, just go ahead and shake your wrist out, shake it out, give it a good shake, And with your next inhale, I want you to clasp your hands together back in, but I want you to flip your palms out so your palms are facing away from you. Then I want you to extend your arms out just like so, and take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, try to push your hands away from each other. Like, keep your hands locked, yes, but use some force as if you're trying to break them apart or something, but you're actually not going to break them apart. You're keeping it together, but just have that force like you're going to break them apart. And let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. I'm sorry, y'all, it was a spider crawling on me. Let's take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and release your basket and shake out your wrist one more time. Taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. All right, you guys can stay in your seated position. Whether you chose a kneeling position or a crisscross applesauce position, you guys can just stay there. And I'm going to go up and I'm going to read these comments. Alrighty. Alrighty. Zero Context Daily said, smash next question. All right, Sid Hart said, Hakuna Matata, no worries always, period. Receive that, believe that. Anyway, Love and Nappiness said, happy Saturday. Hey, happy Saturday to you, period. Glad to see you again. You was here yesterday. Hey, glad to see you again. But yes, y'all, Hakuna Matata. Hey, I'm glad you said that. Because no worries is a real thing. Hey, lost and worries is an everyday thing for everybody sometimes. Sometimes with our life, especially life worries, bills, all that stuff like that, sometimes the worry can like really really get up there. So yes, Hakuna Matata. Sometimes you gotta remind ourselves not to worry. You gotta live with no worries, even when life is life, and cause life is always gonna life, y'all. Life is always gonna life, but we still gotta not worry about it sometimes. Hold up, Miss Simon said, look up history of that phrase. All right, all right. After I'm done with the live, I'll make sure to do that real quick. I'll make sure to do that after the live is off. I would do that. Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's not about the Lion King. You know, I never really thought it was Lion King because sometimes media could take stuff from anywhere. Like, you could look at any movie and see where they took stuff from. I never really thought it was from the Lion King. I thought it was like a Hawaiian saying originally, but I could be wrong. You know, that's why I'm gonna look it up after the live. But yeah, I never really thought it was from the Lion King because, you know, people who make movies always get, you know, their inspiration from other stuff. They always do, it always do. But anyway, let me get back on the mat so we can continue with our yoga flow. Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's from history. See, I kind of figured that. I kind of figured that. I thought it was from a Hawaiian history. But also, check it out. I will. As soon as the live is over. As soon as the live is over, I will. All right, y'all, let's get back to it, though. Let's get back to it. All right, y'all. Now that we are going to go back into, I'm going to get back into the position we was in. So we were in our seated position. If you're in your crisscross applesauce, you can go ahead and spin your legs around back into a tabletop. If you are in your kneeling position, you can just walk your hands out back into tabletop. But either way, let's meet each other back into tabletop, y'all. Go ahead and reach us if you need be. Wrists stacked under shoulders and knees stacked under hips. Once there, just go ahead and grip the mat. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to tuck your toes. I want you to pick up your hips, and I want you to shift back into downward dog. Once in downward dog, take a deep breath here as you paddle out your legs. Paddling out from left to right, right to left, either or, you can choose. Just take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Optional to gaze under your arms as you paddle to each side, or you can just stay looking at your toes. Either or, both are optional. Me, as I paddle my legs, I like to turn and I like to gaze under my arms to see if I can see the sky. That's something I like to do. But it does require a little bit of a spinal stretch and twist to gaze under your arms like this. So like I said, this is optional. If comfortable, you can just stay gazing at your toes as you paddle out your legs. We're gonna stay for one more breath. So go ahead and take a deep breath with me. And as you exhale, go ahead and find stillness. Go ahead and send your heels towards the ground. It's okay if they do not ground all the way. We're just trying to feel a deep stretch down the backs of our legs, all in our hamstrings and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to bend your knees ever so slightly. And with your next inhale, I want you to kick your right leg up to three-legged dog. And as you exhale, go ahead and take that right foot and set it back down towards the mat. Paddle those legs out. Then take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out as you bend those knees. Inhale, left leg goes up. Three-legged dog. Take a deep breath here. And exhale as you bring that leg back down towards the mat. Go ahead and paddle that out. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, bend your legs. Kick your right leg up. Deep breath here. And as you exhale, take that right foot. I want you to step it in between your hands just like so. Take your time to get readjusted if need be. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for stability. But if you're feeling stable, if you're feeling balanced, with your next inhale, you can windmill your arms up. And as you exhale, you can bring your hands down to heart chakra center. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out your nose or mouth. One more breath here. as you exhale, take your hands, go ahead and place them on the mat if they weren't there already. And drop your back knee down to settle into a low lunge. Once you're feeling stable, once you're feeling secure, optional to windmill your arms up and set them down to heart chakra center. While in your low lunge, I want you to engage your legs by using the pressure in your foot to push yourself away from the ground. So don't just sink into your low lunge. I actually want you to actively push yourself away from the ground here. Engage your calf muscles, engage your quads, because you're really actively pushing here. Really pushing. Imagine that, imagine that. First, sink into the mat. Then imagine that, pushing yourself away. Almost if you're trying to stand up or something, but you're not going to stand up. You're still in your lunge. So you're pushing the ground away. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath here. And then a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And as we exhale, I want you to take your hands, I want you to place them back on the mat if they weren't already there. Then I want you to take your front leg, take this top leg, and I want you to scooch it forward. Scooch it, scooch it, scooch it, scooch it, scooch, 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 to create room for your runner stretch. Once your room is created, go ahead and flex that front foot. Flex it up so your toes are pointing towards the sky. And then you're just going to hinge from your hips over your extended leg into your runner stretch. Go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's stay for one more breath here. And as you exhale, I want you to shift your weight forward into a low lunge. I want you to take your right foot, and I want you to scoot it all the way towards the left side of your mat. Once it's there, I want you to take your right knee, and I want you to lower it down into a pigeon's pose. If need be, you can adjust. If this position is a bit too intense, you can always pull your right foot closer into your thigh to decrease in the angle in your pigeon's pose. Once you're there to your desired position, just go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Whew. Just take one more breath here. And as you exhale, optional to go down onto your forearms to maybe deepen the stretch. If you're not feeling this, you can always stay up on your hands or stay up on your fingertips. But we're just going to stay for two more breaths here. So go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and use your hands. Push them against the mat to push yourself back up. Go ahead and grip the mat here. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, and you're going to pull your right knee into your chest and send it back to three-legged dog. Deep breath here. And as you exhale, take that right foot and just set it right next to the left. Go ahead and paddle that out. You guys can stay in downward dog. Me, I need to straighten out my mat. It is literally all cricket, as y'all can see. So I just need to straighten that out real quick. Whew. Alrighty. Now let me get back into my downward dog so we can continue. Alrighty. Okay, so with our next inhale, we're going to bend our knees and kick our left leg up. And with a deep breath out, we're going to bring our left foot in between our hands, just like so. Just step in between your hands. Go ahead and take some time to get balanced, to get centered here. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for support. But if you're feeling balanced and if you're feeling ready, with your next inhale, I want you to windmill those arms up. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring them down to heart chakra center. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out your nose or mouth. Two more breaths here. Last breath here, inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your hands, go ahead and set them on the mat if they weren't already there. And go ahead and drop your back knee down to settle into a low lunge. Optional to keep your hands on the mat for support, but if you're feeling stable and if you're feeling ready, go ahead with a deep breath in and windmill those arms up. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring them down to heart chakra center. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Remember, guys, we are actively pushing ourselves away from the ground. We're not just sinking into it. We are using the... I don't know what I was going to say. Like, the words were finna come out, but my mind was moving way faster, way faster than my mouth, and the things got jumbled up. But what I was trying to say was, we are using the force in our foot and in our legs to push ourselves up away from the ground. Let's take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to go ahead, we're going to take our hands, we're going to set them on the mat if they weren't already there. And our left leg, we're going to scooch it forward to create room for our runner stretch. Let's go ahead, scooch it forward, scooch, 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 scooch. And once you find your perfect distance, go ahead and flex your left foot so your toes are pointing towards the sky. Once there, just go ahead and settle your hands by side of your legs. So one on one side, one on the other side. And then you're going to hinge at the hips to fold forward. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Two more breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling out the nose or mouth. And guys, if you're feeling a little pinch in your spine or you're feeling some compression here, I want you to take time to readjust your position, because you're not supposed to feel any type of pinch or compression or anything like that in your spine. In this position right here, you're supposed to be feeling a deep stretch down the back of your left leg and in your hip flexor. You're not supposed to feel any type of pinch, compression, or pain or stretch within your spinal area. So if you are feeling that, I want you to take some time to readjust, because you're not supposed to feel that at the moment. So let's go ahead and take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and shift your weight forward back into a low lunge. Take your left foot, and I want you to scooch it all the way towards the right side of your mat. And once it's there, just go ahead and send your left knee towards the mat as well to settle into your pigeon's pose. Take some time to readjust if need be. We're just going to settle here for a couple of breaths. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. To make this position more accessible, you can always bring your leg a little bit closer toward your thigh. So your leg does not have to be in a 90-degree angle. I know that can be a bit intense. You can always decrease the angle just by bringing your foot in closer towards your body. So let's take a deep breath here. A deep breath out. Optional to go down onto your forearms for a deeper stretch, or you can stay sitting up if you want to. Like I said, this is optional. You don't have to do this. We're going to take two more breaths here. So inhale with me. And a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, if you're on your forearm, just go ahead and sit back up nice and slow. This time, we're not going to use our hands to push ourselves out of it. We're going to rotate our right foot out so our toes are facing the sky as we spin ourselves out to go into a wide leg formation. Go ahead and readjust if need be. Center yourself. Keep your legs wide in your seated straddle. And we're going to take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And one more breath out. With your next inhale, I want you to raise your arms above your head. And as you exhale, I want you to fold forward, hinge at the hips. Imagine you had a belt buckle on, or you have a little belt, and the little buckle, you're trying to touch it towards the ground. Imagine you're trying to reach that little belt buckle towards the ground. It's okay if it doesn't reach. You just want to fold. Go as much as you're comfortable with. Do not do anything too much, okay, y'all? Do not force yourself to fold. Fold where your body wants to fold. If your body says it's enough, then it's enough. You don't have to push yourself until you're at a breaking point. Don't do that. Just softly hinge at the hips and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your hands, push them against the mat or the grass to sit yourself back up nice and slow. Next, I want you to pull your legs up so they're kind of like in some pyramid / triangle shapes right here. And we're going to prepare ourselves for some 90-90s. I'm going to show y'all because I can better show y'all than walk it through. So let's just show y'all. Let's take a deep breath in, stretching our arms above our head. And as we exhale, that's just the neighbor's dog. Don't worry, y'all. That's just the neighbor's dog. And we're going to set our arms behind our back. Once your arms are set behind your back, take another deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're just going to lower your knees from right to left. You're just going to move with your breath here, just moving nice and slow. You don't have to be any fast movement here. Or you can move fast, okay? You don't have to be slow. You don't have to match my movements. If you want to move fast, you can. You're just going to take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. A couple more breaths here, inhaling through our nose and exhaling out the nose through our mouth. 4 more breaths here. I'm sorry, y'all. Something spiky crawled on me. I snatched my arm away so quick. I was so startled. I was like, no, not today, not today. Let me put my arm back. I was so startled at first. I was like, no, you're not gonna crawl on me. No. Anyway, let's do that one more time. Deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Last time here. And let's just release. All right, let's sit back up. Take your time to readjust if need be. Sometimes I can get a little splayed out when doing that. So yeah, readjust if you need to be. Sit up if you have slided out of position. And once there, just go ahead and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. See, I don't know if my description, if I said I was doing a crow pose flow or not. But obviously this is not a crow pose flow, y'all. This is not a crow pose flow. This is just a basic full body flow for everyday yoga. I was going to do a crow pose flow, but then I was like, my arms hurt from yesterday's flow, so I'm not gonna do a crow pose flow. That will be maybe for tomorrow or for Monday. Today we're just doing a everyday flow. Nothing too much. I can't do no lift ups today, y'all. I cannot do no lift ups today. I was practicing my handstands last night. My arms hurt. I'm gonna do no lifting of my body weight today. That has to be a tomorrow mission or a day after tomorrow mission. Let's take one more breath here though. And as we exhale, just go ahead and turn around. Go ahead and turn around so you can face the front of your mat. And then I want you to use your hands as support to lay down all the way. Go ahead and lay down all the way here. Take your time to adjust if need be. Go ahead and keep your knees up in the air though. I don't know why the bugs like biting on me. I don't know why the bugs want to bite on me today. My goodness though. Let's take another deep breath here. And we're just gonna settle down because we're going to be wrapping up our practice pretty soon, you guys. But before I wrap up, I am gonna read the rest of the comments and any new comments that may have come in. But before I do that, we're just gonna take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your arms and hug your knees into your chest. Go ahead and hug your arms around your legs. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Optional to rock from side to side. You guys can stay still if you don't want to rock from side to side. But me, I just like to do this because it feels good on my back and it feels good on my spine. But like I said, this is optional. You do not have to do this. Go ahead and take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Just take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and rock over to your side and use your hands, push them against the ground to push yourself up back into a seated position. Let me wipe the sweat out my eye real quick. Jeez. Alrighty. I gotta wipe some more. Alrighty. I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick everyday flow. Just something for all my levels out here, for everybody. Just something quick, something not too strenuous, because my body was not feeling anything strenuous today. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. And I hope you guys are enjoying your day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time is where you are right now. I hope you are enjoying yourself. I am definitely enjoying myself out here with this quick yoga flow. But before I close the video, I am going to read some comments. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then I will close the video out. Let me just roll up my mat. I might as well roll it up. Like, yoga time is done. I'm now just reading comments. Alrighty. Now we can read some comments, y'all. Whew. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Love and Happiness says, it's good to see you. I enjoy your lives. Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I try to keep it chill. I try to keep it chill, y'all. I try to be chill. Sometimes I'm not, though, but I try to be. Okay. Rindani said, nice. Hey, or Nick. Were you trying to say nice or Nick? Because sometimes I can read into things. Sometimes I be a little slow. But either or. Hey, what's up with you? Thank you for coming. Let's also see Eric said hi. Hi Eric. Hi. Thank you for joining. Does that say agar? Does it say agar or agor? Please correct me. Please correct me. I hate to be wrong, but they had the waving emoji. Hi. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for liking. I appreciate y'all. But I'm finna leave, y'all. I'm finna leave because I'm trying to go to the pool. Like, I'm trying to go to the pool today. I'm trying to swim, and I knew that by the time I was done with my live, the pool was going to be open. Like, it's 12:54. Well, in my time, it might not be that time where you guys are at right now, but where I'm at right here in Georgia is 12:54. Pool be open at like 12:01 o'clock. So, hey, I'm finna go to the pool, y'all. I've been waiting for this. I love the summertime. I love to swim. I love the beach, the lake. You know, anywhere where I can swim, I love there because I love to swim. So I've been waiting for this moment, y'all. I've been waiting for this moment all winter, all everything. I've been waiting for this moment to swim. So, hey, that's what I'm finna do as soon as I get off this live. I'm finna go get dressed and I'm gonna go swim. So I will see y'all later. Peace and love. Like I said, thank y'all again for commenting. Thank y'all for joining, for liking, and for watching. I really appreciate y'all. And y'all will see me tomorrow at the exact same time. Yes, at 12 o'clock. I'll be going live almost at 12 o'clock every day. Sometimes I'm a little early. Sometimes I be there at 10, 11. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes I be there at 2, 3. But for the most majority of the part, I've been being consistent. I've been here at 12 something, y'all. So hey, see me tomorrow at the same time so I can do our crow post live. I didn't do no crow post today. Tomorrow though I will, cause I just did not have the strength for that today. I did not have the strength for that today. But tomorrow I will have the strength for that. So please be here tomorrow at the same time if y'all want to see me do some arm balancing, some lifting up, some lifting my body weight into some crow pose, maybe some headstands, maybe some handstands. Who knows? Who knows? Just know that we lifting up. Just know we getting some airtime. Just know that tomorrow we are getting some airtime. So be there or be square. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace and love. Enjoy y'all day. Enjoy y'all night, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you are at. Enjoy yourself. Have a great grand day. And I will see y'all later. All right.